Hey there, my name's Eric. I'm with ShuckaBuck.com, and this video is all about how I made $20,000 in 8 weeks selling t-shirts. So make sure you watch to the end too, because at the end, below this video, there's going to be something that I created that's going to help you get started on the right foot. So let's get right into it, and I have to click on this to make it work. So like I said, make sure you get rid of all your distractions. So what I'm going to share with you is a process that's made me over $80,000 in shirt sales. It's up over $100,000 now when I made this slide. And this video is not going to be all PowerPoint presentation, okay? I know how boring that is. I'm actually going to go right into it and show you kind of step by step. So who am me? Who am me? Why me? Who am I? Like I said, my name is Eric. I've been a digital marketer since 2008. I started my first websites, did SEO in 2008. So I've done everything from SEO to sell Kindle books, selling shirts, doing affiliate product stuff, ranking websites in Google. I now run, actually I'm getting ahead of myself. I've sold more than 4,000 shirts in the last 2 years, which is about $85,000 worth. And I currently run a small advertising agency where I manage Facebook ads and email marketing campaigns for small businesses. And then I also sell t-shirts and have a YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff about, marketing online and Facebook advertising and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this video right now have actually come through YouTube. So thanks for getting to this page. So, how I made $20,000 with one shirt. Now, there's 3 steps to it. First of all, I created the design, and you have to have a design idea in order to have a designer create it. So you don't actually need to be a designer. I'm not a designer. I can use Photoshop and make text and stuff on it, but other than that, I pretty much know probably about what you know. So I got the design created by a designer, which cost me about $10. And then I uploaded it and tested it using Facebook ads, and I used $20 worth of Facebook ads, and it was profitable from the get, so I scaled it up. So step 3 is you increase your budget, you test more targeting options, and you optimize the ad over time, because Facebook actually gives you all the data that you need to make the correct decisions and the correct optimization things on Facebook to make it more profitable. All right. So let's go through all the runs. Now, a run, I'm just saying, is about 7 days though. So for the first 4 days, I spent $5 a day on Facebook ads, which was my $20. I don't have a screenshot for this first run because it got lost somewhere in the T-Chip print-on-demand company. They just didn't have it anymore for some reason, but I have some screenshots from the other ones. So I sold 6 shirts, and that was $80 generated. So that's revenue, and that's actually the revenue that I received. So it's about double that. So the revenue generated was actually $160. My cut from that was about $80. All right. So I profited $60 in 4 days. So that's it's a 4x ROI right away, which means this shirt is going to be really, really good. So a reminder that this is my best shirt ever. Most shirts are going to be losers. Most shirts are going to lose money with this method. All right. And I don't want that to deter you, because what I'm going to show you later in this video is a way to actually build a brand instead of being a transactional marketing person. You're going to be able to build a brand around your niche and your shirts and actually get sales in a whole different way. It's like creating an actual company, not just a marketing company with one-off sales. But this still does work. So, like I said, but when you find a winner, like this one was a winner, before this shirt, there was probably 12 of them that didn't work. All right. So I probably spent around $200 to $300 on shirts that just didn't work. All right. And this one did, and it generated $20,000. And By the way, it's going to be $16,000 in profit. All right. So when you find a winner, you can make your money back very, very quickly. All right. So run 2, I did a 7-day campaign. I spent $80, sold 22 shirts, generated $190. Again, that's my profit, $190. So the profit was $110. It was a 2.4x ROI, and there's the screenshot for you. That was December through December 15th. So December 12th through December 15th. So run 3, I spent $200, sold 66 shirts. This is another 7 days. Generated $991 in revenue. So my profit for that week was $791, which is a 5x ROI. Here's the screenshot from the campaign that I ran. As you can see, there was 47 orders. So some people were ordering multiple shirts, which was awesome. All right. I'm just going to go through runs 7 or 8. I'm going to do this really quickly. So I spent another $200, and this is actually the same slide as the last one because I screwed up. I am not perfect. I am just like you. I'm not someone special that knows some special thing, but I'm getting way ahead of myself. I am talking way more than I should be. You guys just want to know how to do this and how you can make an extra 20 grand in a couple months. All right, so on Facebook, I spent $500, sold 182 shirts, $1,994 in revenue. The profit, that's wrong too because I'm stupid and I'm actually good with numbers. So it'd be $1,494, which is about a 5x ROI. So there's the screenshot from that. 143 orders in 7 days. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, it's about $12 to $15 per shirt. Some of these, this is the winter, so it was a lot of hoodies, and you get more profit selling hoodies over t-shirts or anything like that, which is nice. So then I started spending $700 a week. I'm like, I knew this is going to work, so I'm spending $700. The reason I did that, at the time, I didn't want to go over my $750 budget for or my cap on Facebook, because once I hit $750, they would bill me, and I didn't want to get billed until I had the money in my pocket. So that's why I was spending $700 a week. So I sold 310 shirts, generated $3,500 in revenue, $2,850 in profit, 4x ROI. So that's $2,850 in 1 week, in 1 week profit. Crazy stuff. This is a really fun campaign that I did. Another 700, 2,000 in revenue, 1,300 in profit, and there's the screenshot from that one. I'm going to go through this quick because we're almost at 10 minutes, and hopefully you are still with me. So run 8, spent 700, made 1,800. As you can see, the profit's going down, and the reason for that, okay, is this is a sports-related shirt. I was in the sports niche for a long time, and when I created this shirt, it was getting towards the end of the season. All right, so the sales were dropping off, and it was getting, well, it was still February, so it was still pretty cold. Or this is January, actually, so it was still pretty cold. But, yeah, 130 orders, 153 sold, 1,800 in profit, or 1,800 in revenue, 1,100 in profit. Still a good ROI. I'll take $1,100 a week. I literally did nothing. Once I had these ads up, it was a matter of just watching. Like, I sat back and watched the sales come in. Like, every day I would log into my account and be like, oh, I sold 20 shirts today. You know, I mean, it's, you know, I made $200 today or whatever it was. So here's the total of it all from December through February. $20,211 in profit. Approximate ad spend was $4,000. I don't know the exact number, but it was around $4,000. Total profit of $16,211.29. It's a 4x ROI. So, like I said, can this be replicated? And the answer to that is absolutely. It can be replicated. My results are not normal. It's very hard to find a design that actually makes that much money. But with that said, I've had a lot of other shirts make $200, $500, $2,500 in just a few weeks. I've had a number of winning shirts, probably about 20 to 30 winners and about 100 losers. All right. So that just gives you kind of a gauge at what you're looking at. So what would you do with an extra $500, $1,000 a month? What would that do for you? Would you golf more? I would definitely golf more. Actually, I do golf more now that I've sell t-shirts and do all that kind of stuff. Actually, selling t-shirts is kind of my side income because my main thing is managing Facebook ads for companies and email marketing for companies. But would you pay off your mortgage or your car faster? All that type of stuff. Student loan debt, whatever you have, this can definitely help you do that. So let me get into what is actually print on demand. If you don't know what it is, print on demand means that a product is only created and shipped to the customer if a sale is made. So let's say you have a product on a print on demand website. All right. So you upload your design to a print on demand website. They create a page for you and a sales page for you with a buy button and everything. Someone goes to that page, they make a purchase. So you're sending traffic from Facebook to that Facebook page through Facebook ads to that Facebook or to that product page. I'm sorry if this is getting confusing. And let's say someone makes a purchase. Then the print on demand site will create and ship the order to the customer for you. You don't have to see the product. You don't have to buy inventory. You don't have to do the shipping. You don't have to go to the post office every day. I have not left my office ever. I've never seen any of the products that I've sold on a print-on-demand website. Actually, I did buy 2 products. So technically I did just because I liked the design and I created a design that I actually wanted to buy. So I bought a couple. But other than that, I haven't seen anything. So they print and ship the order. The print-on-demand website will pay you a portion of the profits. So it'll go directly into your PayPal account or your bank account, and you can choose. So for shirts, for t-shirts, normally you're doing $7 to $10 profit to you in your pocket. For hoodies and other types of garments, it's around $10 to $18 profit to you. All right. So there is some profit to be made here. So what does this mean for you? So only thing you need to do is upload designs to a print-on-demand site and then promote it. So once a sale is made, the print-on-demand service will create and ship the product to the customer for you. You don't have to touch or see the product. All right. So there's a number of print-on-demand websites that you can actually use, and I only use, well, technically I use 3, but I only use 2. One is teespring.com, which is the site that I first started selling t-shirts on. There's Teechip, which I currently use. There's sunfrog.com, which is a lower profit margin print-on-demand service. There's Printful, and Printful actually has integrations with Etsy and integrations with Shopify. So if you created your own Shopify store, you can actually be a print-on-demand company technically. Your brand would be the shirt, and when people place orders, it would automatically go into Printful, and they would fulfill it, send it to your customer under your brand. All right, pretty cool stuff. And then there's merch.amazon.com, and I'm not going to talk about that right now in this video because it's actually very hard to get in. You have to request an invite. I've heard people have to wait 7 months to get in it and get approved. It took me 3 months to get approved. But merch.amazon.com, or Merch by Amazon, is actually Amazon's print-on-demand service. So all you got to do is upload designs into Amazon, and they print, ship, do all the customer service for you. Their profit margins are significantly lower because they take a lot of fees out of that, but they have all the traffic. So I'm selling shirts doing 0 advertising. So I'm just uploading shirts every day. And that's all I got to do. But yeah, So, do you need to be a designer? Absolutely not. I'm not a graphic designer. Like I said, you can hire a designer on Upwork, Fiverr, Facebook groups, all that type of stuff. All right. So, if you've never run Facebook ads before, that's not a problem. Facebook's the easiest ad platform to use by far. And $20, most times less, for testing a design is definitely enough. All right. So, this slide, there is no 3-part training video anymore. It's just this video. This video is actually going to be all 3 of those videos in one, so you can just sit down, relax, take some notes, and you can start going right away without opting in or anything like that. I'd stop doing the opt-in email stuff. All right. So now we're getting into the meat of it. So you might want to get out a pen and paper right now, or whatever you want to write on. And we're going to go through the 3-step process. And then I'm going to show you how to actually do it. All right. So first is you come up with a design idea, and then you get it made. All right. You upload that design to a print-on-demand service, i.e. your store. And then you promote that design with Facebook ads, Instagram influencers, and other free methods. All right. Instagram influencers is actually not free, and I put free method in here because it can be free, but it's very hard to do so. So first off, I'm going to switch from the stupid PowerPoint slides over to the internet. All right. So what we need to do is actually first we have to choose a niche. So what do I mean by niche? I mean a passion, a hobby, something people that gets people fired up about, like golf or yoga or biking or motorcycles or muscle cars or sports or political stuff or anything, any type of hobby. So I'm going to just choose a hobby. Or dogs, like dogs and cats. That niche is huge, obviously. But I'm going to choose, and I'm doing this on the fly, so don't laugh at me, or you can laugh at me. But what I'm going to do is choose a niche, and I'm going to choose, I want to say cycling. No, that's not. I'm going to do running. I'm going to choose running, okay? Some people are crazy about running, and they do marathons and shit, which is like 26.3 miles, which is dumb. If you're a runner, just stop. Why are you doing it? You can't tell me that, oh, it's to keep in shape. You don't have to run to keep in shape. All I do is go to the gym, and okay, yeah, I'm not in shape either. That's probably true. You're probably right. All right. So running, let's get into this. I'm getting way sidetracked. So I'm just going to type in funny running meme. All right. This is how you do your research to create a design for a shirt. I'm just going to Google. All right. I'm going to images. I typed in funny running memes. I just like to run. Running's my favorite. Okay, you can't use that because it's Will Ferrell. That's funny. When I was running today, I heard someone clapping. It was just my thighs cheering me on. Oh, it's getting late too. Okay. This is a good one. I run because it's good for me. Also because I like to eat and drink a lot. All right. This right here can be turned into a shirt. All right. Nobody can copyright this exact phrase. You can use, or you can change the phrase a little bit if you want. But all you got to do is go to a designer and say, hey, I have a shirt idea. Can you create this shirt for me? All right. So now that we've found a good little saying, all we got to do is create like an image with it and some good text. And even just the text could be a shirt design if you want. So how do you find a designer? Now, let me get this out there. You may not find this very easily. Like, it may take you a little time to do research, which is fine because the design is the most important part of all this. If your design sucks, then it's because, or if your design doesn't sell, I'm sorry. If your design doesn't sell, it's because the design sucks. I mean, that's pretty much it. You can do all the marketing in the world. You can have the best, most targeted traffic ever. And if your design sucks, it's just not going to sell. No, there's no good marketing. The best marketing in the world does not sell shitty products. That's just the way it is, all right? So we found something that we wanted to put on a shirt. So let's go and find a designer. Now, the first place, or I should say the second place you should go, especially if you're just starting out, is Upwork.com. And I'm already logged in, crap. Upwork.com is a freelance website where you can go in and create a job post. It's free. And then all these people are going to apply to it. Then you got to go through and actually find people that are going to work and go through their resumes and all that kind of crap. You don't want to do that until you know you have a business. So what I suggest doing is going to Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. And as soon as this loads, I'm going to give you a little tip that it took me a long time to learn this. And it's saved me a lot of money in ad costs because they're better. Okay. What you would normally do, what I would normally say is, just type in t-shirt designer. Okay. Just type in t-shirt designer on Fiverr, which is a freelance website where people do things from $5 to thousands of dollars. Yeah, just find a t-shirt designer. It's, let's see. So I will create an amazing t-shirt design. I will make, I will design your custom t-shirt. Now, most of these designers, especially if they're not from the US, are just taking images from sites and putting some text on it. Now, I'm not saying that all these designers are bad. Like this guy looks like it's legit, like a $10 basic design. And right now we're just looking for kind of something like this Super Grandpa, except we want this text on it. All right. We want this text and a runner, or text and food and drinks. All right. It's up to you on how you want it to look. The market's going to tell you if the design is good or not. The phrase on the shirt might be good, and you don't have to have phrases on the shirt. It could just be an image. Okay, so don't think that you need to have a phrase on it. But for $10, you're going to get a simple but creative, no graphics. But we need graphics. At least for this one, we want graphics. All right, we want either a runner on there or some food and drinks on there. All right. So let's go back to the drawing board, and what I'd like to do to find people who can actually create designs from scratch is hire an illustrator, not a designer, not a graphic designer. Hire an illustrator. There's tons of illustrators on here, anywhere from $5 to $25, and I did find someone the other day that does I think it was $15. Like this one they'll draw you a cartoon for $15. I mean, you're going to get quality work, more quality, high quality work out of an illustrator than you will a designer. Okay. So you just got to go through here, look at all these people, see what they do. What about Illustrate t-shirt? You're just going to have to look for someone. I think I have them in my favorites, and maybe I'll show them to you unless I can find them. Let's see here. No, maybe he's on my homepage. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I know this video is already over 20 minutes. Right here. Here he is. He's added to my favorites. His name is Azante. All right. It looks like he's pretty good. I haven't tested him yet, but it's $15, and he will give you a drawing with color of 2 cartoon characters, all right, in a very simple background. So what you can say is, can you use the text in there, and can you draw, you know, some food and drink on here, like a donut and a beer mug, you know, and make it look good with this text. All right. So that's basically how you find a designer. So you would go in and process the order, and you would talk to him and make sure everything's up to snuff. I think you get 2 revisions with this. Yep, you get 2 revisions and 2 people for $15. So you can get 2 shirts out of this, technically, if you wanted to. So there you go. So now what do you do? Once you have your design, what do you do next? All right, first off, you have to create a Facebook page. And let me open up the home page of Facebook. And if you don't know how to create a Facebook page, all you got to do is go on the left-hand side here, create Explore Pages, and create page at the top. All right. So you can create your page. You want to be a brand or a product. You choose your category, clothing, and type in your brand name. All right. So what does your brand name have to entail? I would make it short and sweet. I mean, something easy to remember and in the niche you're in. So Runner's Paradise or something like that, or Running Paradise, or I don't know. You're gonna have to come up with something. I mean, keep it short and sweet. If it's snappy, that's good. If it rhymes, if it's 2 words that rhyme, that's good. All right, so now we created our Facebook page. We have our design. We have what else do we have? We have our niche. And now what do I do? Where do you upload your design? Now, for beginners, I recommend Teachit Pro. It's pro.teachit.com. All right, and you can create a store. So I think the Pink Princess, I worked with this person. There was a client of mine, and I think she'd be fine letting me show this. So the Pink Princess shop. So you can create your own store on Teachit Pro, and here you can see all of some of her designs. So she's got some mugs and phone cases, some home goods. I think that's just it. Yes, you can do mugs and phone cases and all that kind of stuff, but she should have some shirts on here. So you go in and you upload your shirt, and you create your title, your description, and you're good to go. I mean, that's it. You price of your shirts, obviously. I mean, price of your shirts should be anywhere from $17 to $20, and all that kind of jazz. I'm not going to go into the little tidbits on how to actually upload everything because it's very self-explanatory. But if you do need help, I'm going to help you here in a minute. All right. So now what do? So we have a store up, which is free. You can buy a domain name if you want, but you don't need to. Or you have your product up and you don't need a store. You can just have one product if you want. Now what we need to do is actually promote it. So how do we promote stuff? And I shouldn't have this up. This is a private conversation. What do? We go down here to the drop down arrow and we click on Manage Ads. This is where we're going to create the Facebook ad, all right, to get people to our shirt. So if this ever loads for me, I can actually show you how easy it is to create an ad targeting runners, all right, because we're in the running niche. So I'm going to go into my ads manager here. If you don't have a Facebook ad account, it's going to say the little drop down arrow up here in the top right is going to say something like advertise on Facebook. It takes 2 minutes to get started. All right, couple clicks and you are in. And as you can see, I've done a lot of things. I've reached over 1 million people. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go up here, click create ad. Now we're targeting runners here, and it's a running shirt. And ooh, there's one of my Bigfoot shirts. Bigfoot is kind of a funny little niche that I was in, and I had a couple shirts that did about $1,000 or $2,000 in profit over a few weeks. But I found out that the actual audience is like really small, and I couldn't scale it very well, and my profit margin was going down. So I I just use it as an example. So I'm going to start over here, obviously. So what do we want to choose for an objective? And if you are new to Facebook ads, make sure you stay on. I have something at the end that's going to help you go through all this stuff from start to finish. So I'm not going to go over it right here, like what a campaign is, what's an ad set, what's an ad. I'm not going to go through that. So just stick around to the end of the video. So we're either going to do one or two things. We're going to do traffic or we're going to do conversions. And I like to start with conversions because, and I'll show you here in a minute, there's a few things you can convert for. I'm going to say, I'm going to say purchases, and let's just say running shirt 1. You can name it whatever you want. You would probably want to name it the name of the shirt. So I don't know where our thing went, where our shirt went, but we don't need to get into that. See right here where it says conversions, we're going to optimize for purchases. We don't actually have to do that. We can optimize for what is called a view content. All right. Now, one thing I didn't go over is your pixel, and you need to set that up in your print-on-demand service. So write that down if you're writing all this stuff down. When you set up your ad account, you want to go in under measure and report, go into pixels. It takes 2 seconds. It's like 2 clicks. You create a pixel. Inside that pixel will be a long number, and that number is the number you need to put into T-Chip Pro, all right, or Teespring, or whatever print-on-demand service you're using. If you're using your own website, you need to put that code into your website so you can track, so Facebook can track people when they go there. So we're going to optimize for a view content. And what does that mean? It just means when people click on your ad that we're only going to be charged when someone views the content on that page. All right. If you were optimizing this ad, a conversion ad, for a purchase, it would never optimize because we're only spending $15 to $20 per shirt. It would only optimize if we had 50 or more conversions, and more likely they want 100 conversions. So let me take a minute and tell you how Facebook's ad algorithm works. So if you're choosing in your objective over here on the left, when you're choosing your objective, let's say I have a post that I want more people to see on my Facebook page. So I choose an engagement ad, all right? So I choose $10 a day for my ad. Once that ad gets about 50 to 100 engagements, because it's an engagement objective, that's when the ad is starting to optimize really well, and they know who to target within your targeting. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So since we're doing a conversion ad, we want to start with the conversion objective that's going to get the most conversions, which is a view content, which is basically a link click. But a link click is cheap because people can click on it and then not wait for the page to load and then go away. But so a view content is when people actually wait for the page to load. If the page actually loads, that's when we get charged. So I always start with a view content conversion ad. All right, so now let's get into the audience here. And this may be confusing for a lot of you, but there's a few things that you need to, let me bring up a notepad so you guys can actually see this. There's 3 main things that you need to think about when targeting. All right, so since we're targeting runners in our thing here, and I'm at the 40-minute mark in this video, so make sure there's a button below this video somewhere to share it to your Facebook page so you always have it. I also appreciate sharing this video because I think there is a lot of value in this video that a lot of your friends can get used to, or would like to know. But the three things that you need to think about when targeting is where does your target audience spend most of their time? So publications is the first one. So we're talking about websites, forums, magazines, all that type of stuff. Where do they hang out? Which websites do they hang out at? What forums do they hang out at? What magazines do they read? All right. The second one is celebrities. So what type of, I wouldn't say celebrities or, I don't know, people in the niche. So maybe since this is a runner, maybe it would be some sort of famous runner. Like, I don't know any famous runners because I'm not a runner. My knees are terrible and I'm fat. So I'm not that fat. I'm chubby, I guess. I'm short though. Like, I can't eat a lot of food. Anyway, we're at 40 minutes. I got to get going. All right. So celebrities in that niche. So any celebrity in the niche, some high names in there are going to be fine. Publications, celebrities, interests. Obviously, there's interests on Facebook. So running is obviously going to be the interest that we're going to be targeting. All right. And then kind of, what was the other one? I think that's it. Celebrities, publications, basically what you're trying to think about is where do these people hang out online? What do they do? What do they read? What do they consume? All right. Oh, brands, that's what it is. Brands in that niche. So this is a running shirt. So you got to think about running brands. Maybe there's a type of running shoe that only runners know about, like I know Asics and Nike make all those running shoes, but maybe there's a specific running shoe brand that people own that are runners that they only know. So that's what you have to think about. And then you have to go in here and make sure you put in people who live in this location. You can put whatever country you want. I usually start with the United States. It's fine. The age range is going to differ per shirt, but I'm just going to do 18 to 64 because I want it broad. You always want to start broad. I'm going to do men and women because men and women run. If your t-shirt is geared towards women, obviously change that. I'm going to do all English languages. I can't talk anymore. So detailed targeting. Obviously, we're going to do the interest first. So we're going to do running as the interest. So when it comes up here, make sure you say running interest. Make sure it says interest. All right. So let's see how many people in here. So we got 190 people that we can reach that are interested in running. Now this little checkbox here says expand interests when it may increase conversions at a lower cost. We want to uncheck that. All right. You can test that later, but we want to uncheck it because we want to get pretty narrow with the detailed targeting and pretty broad with the demographic targeting. All right. All right. So we're going to narrow this. So there's a little link that says narrow. So we want people interested in running and running magazine or something like that. Now, you got to do more research into this, obviously. Look at these running magazines. Women's running magazine, sure. 581,000 people. All right, so now we have a potential reach of 200,000 people. You probably want a reach of around 1 million. But what I've seen is that it really doesn't matter. People ask me this all the time. What are you looking for in reach? I don't know. 100,000 people minimum, I guess. You just want at least 100,000 to 300,000 minimum because you want the algorithm to make sure it's targeted. It has a lot of options when putting your ad in front of the right people out of these 210,000 people. All right. Facebook knows everything about everyone. All right. They know who's going to engage with this ad better than you do. So you want to go as broad as possible. Not in your detailed targeting. You want to make sure people are into running and running magazine and run and running as a behavior. Let's what the behavior says. So the behavior says consumers and households that are known or likely buyers of running based on actual past purchasing behavior and other known attributes. So that the behavior could be something. So now we're at 2.6 million people. I'd say that's pretty good. So we're going to leave it at that. Don't think too much about it. Just do it. Just make sure they're runners. I mean, obviously they like running and they purchase running stuff and they like women's running magazine. All right. So we're going to edit placements of this and we're going to go into just Facebook feeds. We're going to turn off Instagram. We're going to turn off the audience network. We're going to turn off Messenger. We're going to turn off right column and we're going to turn off instant articles. We're just going to do feeds, all right? Feeds only for testing. Budget, $5 a day. We're going to run this for 3 days, all right? 3 days. So we're going to set a start and end time, and we'll do, it's November 8th right now, so we're going to do November 9, 10, and 11. So we're not going to spend more than $15. Good to go. We're going to do, we're going to optimize for conversions. The conversion window is going to be 1 day, all right? Because we are just testing. We want to make sure that people are going to buy our shirt before we spend $18 million to make $100 million. You know what I mean? All right, so now up here, you're going to search for your page, find it, choose your page. What we're going to do is just a single image. I mean, it's pretty simple. You upload your image, and what should your image be? The image of your shirt, obviously. All right. So I'm going to use this as an example. It's one of my videos online. So what you would want here is a background image. So a background of maybe some bricks or something like that. So one place to, if you want to create your own images, you can always go to Fiverr and hire somebody. One place to create your images is canva.com. And it's like Photoshop, but not really. It's a bit easier to use. So Canva, you can create a 1200 by 628 pixel image. Find a image on Google, a background image that's going to work for you. So maybe some bricks or some wood-based backgrounds. And then go to your page that has the shirt and just save that image of the shirt, put the image over the background image, and you are good to go. All right, we're getting to the end of the video, guys. Website URL is obviously going to be, you know, the page, or yeah, the page where you're going to sell it. All right, so you put a headline in here like funniest shirt for runners, something like that. All right, so there it is. Funniest shirt for runners. Call to action is going to be shop now. Where is it? Shop now. We do need some text. So what I like to do is do 2 lines of text on the image, all right, on the post, I should say. Says, first one is tag a friend who needs this shirt. All right. How about this? Or know a runner. Tag a friend who needs this shirt. So then people are going to actually comment on the ad. More people are going to see it, especially the people who are actually commenting and tagging the person that needs the shirt. They are your target demographic right there. Boom. All right. Tag a friend who needs this shirt. And then the second line is get yours today for 10% off. All right. Now, why 10% off? Because people want a deal. All right. It's going to increase your conversions. All right. So how do you create a 10% off? You go into Teach It Pro, you go into coupons, create a coupon code, and then they're going to give you a link. There's a little share on the top right. There's a share button. They're going to give you a link with the coupon code. You insert your coupon code in the link, so it's going to be something like pro.teachip.com/yourshirt, whatever your URL is, and then it's going to be coupon code or something like that equals, and then your coupon, so I don't know, 10 OFF or something. So then when people click that link that and go to that page and view the content, a pop-up's going to say, hey, you've got 10% off today. And then they'll click a little button that says, oh, thank you. Great. Just increases the chance of you selling a shirt. All right. And that's it. That's all you got to do. You make sure your pixel is going and firing, because that's what they need for the conversion objective to work. And you are good to go. You click confirm. That is how you sell $20,000 worth of shirts in 8 weeks. Now, a lot of this, I'm sure, is really, really maybe over your head, some of you. And I know that doing this on your own can be painfully slow. You might lose a lot of money. You know my story and how it went well, but you know my story of, I struggled with t-shirts at first because, I went through 15 different shirts before I found a winner and knew how to do this. So what I have for you today, below this video, there is a link to a download. Now, the first thing that you're going to get, and let me open up a notepad. All right, I paused the video and made this little thing. So the 20K blueprint is what I'm calling it, and I just came up with that now, and I think it's a pretty good name. I mean, 20K blueprint, how can you not get the 20K blueprint? So here's what it is. Here's how it's going to help you. Here's what it is. It's the step-by-step guide. Now, I didn't create it yet as of making this video, so it's going to be part PDF and part video, all right? And what it's going to go through is how to find design ideas, all right, and how to come up with designs. It's going to go through how to find the right designer and what not to do. Obviously, I gave you some tips on how to do that in this video, but there's better and cheaper ways of finding designers, or not better, I shouldn't say better. There's cheaper ways to find designers, and you're going to want to find a designer that you're going to want to work with long term, and because you want to make this a long-term business, right? And then I'm going to go through how to set up your Facebook page and what to put on it and what not to put on it. It's very, very important that there's certain things that you don't want to put on your Facebook page, all right? Then I go through the product page setup. So everything that I didn't go through in this video is basically in the 20K blueprint. So the product page, like what to put in your title and description, and how to actually go through that process of creating your product page on one of these print-on-demand websites, okay? And then I'm going to go through the Facebook ads portion. I went through it with you in this video, which you can take and go and use for yourself. But there's a lot more to it, so I go in depth with Facebook ads also in there. Now, in the past, when people have downloaded this, they had a really tough time coming up with a niche and design. So I created a spreadsheet that has over 300 niches on it. So if you don't know what niche to get in or to get into, and I'm going to tell you right now that any niche that people are passionate about is worth getting into. So what I suggest doing is thinking of a niche that you are passionate about. Are you passionate about sports? Are you passionate about golfing? Are you passionate about yoga? Are you passionate about basket weaving? Are you passionate about cats? Anything that you're passionate about is something that you should get into, because more than likely there's thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, possibly millions of people, that are into the same thing that you are. And if you are interested in it, you're going to stick with it, all right? Because this can be tough. And when it gets tough, I don't want you quitting. I want you pushing and keep going and make it work, all right? And then I'm going to give you 45 designs that work in any niche. Now, these designs, and I might pause the video. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to find the file and I'm going to get right back to you. All right, I found the designs, so I'm going to show you a couple of them. So 45 designs that work in any niche. Now, let me show you actually what that means. So here's one of the designs. These are not editable. These are just images. So you have to find a designer, and I highly suggest not copying a design. And by the way, this guy is fishing. Fishing is a really, really good niche. Fishing and hunting. Fishing and hunting people spend a ton of money. Ton of money. Anyway, I'm just saying. So this one says, I got 99 problems and fishing solves all of them. Or I got 99 problems and fishing ain't one. One of those two is going to work, all right? So you can put this in any niche. So I got 99 problems and yoga solves all of them. All right, you get where I'm going with this? Here's another one. I fish so I don't choke people. Obviously, this is another fishing one, but I do yoga so I don't choke people. I run so I don't choke people. And this image really is not good. You definitely want to hire an illustrator. Remember, an illustrator, not a designer, not a graphic designer, an illustrator. Illustrators create stuff from scratch, and they create way better things. So, yeah, I run so I don't choke people. That's another one. There's 43 other designs like this in the design idea package that you're getting. Oops, wrong one. That you're getting with the 20K blueprint. So this is everything that you need to do to get started on the right foot. So if you want to start selling t-shirts, get the 20K blueprint. Since you sat through this, and this is 56 minutes, and I haven't set up this page that you're on yet, obviously, but below I'm going to give you some sort of discount on it. So below the video, there'll be some sort of discount. I don't know what the price is going to be yet, obviously, so I can't say anything. But yeah, I mean, get the 20K blueprint, and if you have any questions, let me know. You get the step-by-step guide, the PDF and the video, and there'll be more than one video probably. And then you get the 300 niches spreadsheet and the 45 designs that work in any niche. So you'll be able to go from design idea to using Facebook ads to getting traffic to selling shirts. All right. So grab the 20K blueprint and we'll see you guys on the inside.